This episode is the turning point of the restoration. After going through a lot of deconstruction to get to all the rot and chop it out, now we have reconstruction in at least a few areas. So before we get back to my 1970 Dodge Charger, I want to throw an idea at you that I've had. I really want you to post some comments about it in the comment section below this video. I'm not saying I'm holding a vote or anything, but I do care about feedback. It does mean something, and I value your opinion. I apologise because I haven't been making as much content as I would have liked for Talk American in the last 6 months because I've been with my buddy Sam Hard. I filmed Sam's NAS Charger creation most of last year, culminating with a trip to America to film the car driving from Nebraska to Las Vegas for the big SEMA show. Hopefully you've seen my early episodes, so you know I'm a big Chicago Bears fan, and since I had to get to Nebraska, the closest hub airport was Chicago, and it just so happened the day before I had to rendezvous with Sam, the Bears were playing at home at Soldier Field, so it would have been remiss of me not to attend, to say the least. My buddy Gary, who lives just 20 minutes from me, was also going to attend, as his LA Chargers were the Bears' opponent on that day, so I just had to be there.
I'm not really good at doing selfie chat. Hello. Right, that is Michigan Avenue, somewhere over here. And look, there's a London double-decker.
This is the road, Gary.
London double-decker.
Michigan Avenue, right?
Yeah, look at that. Make me feel at home.
So I made a weekend of it, staying downtown in the so-called Windy City with Gary and his buddies from San Diego. And while we were out and about, I thought it was great how people called the Bears the Bears. I believe they're emulating an old Saturday Night Live sketch from the 1980s. Then when I eventually got to SEMA a week later, I interviewed a fella called Leif Hildestadt of Billet Badges for an article I was writing for Classic American magazine about SEMA. Leif was a very interesting guy. He designs badges for the owners of cars who have done something special with their vehicles. Leif's examples were inspiring. And since I'd kept referring to my Charger as the Beast to friends ever since I'd bought it, as it had the big block 440 engine, I thought, wouldn't it be cool to get some kind of badge done for my project? The Beast, like the Bears. It would be my car, the Beast. I don't know where I'd put this The Beast badge, but I was thinking maybe on top of the dashboard, on the dash pad there, so it would actually be inside the car. Let me know what you think. So the last time we saw my project, Tony had chopped away all the rotten panels at the back end and the trunk floor, and it was great to see so much progress, but unfortunately there were yet more parts to order from my sponsors, Year One.
We wasn't going to worry about the cross member because we wasn't sure what it was going to look like. It's come back from the acid dippers, and obviously it's worse than what we thought it was. So now's the time to think about replacing that. So we're cutting out these floor sections anyway, so it will pay us just to cut that cross member off and then just put a new one in there. Be all nice and new floor on top, and that'll be absolutely spot on. But as you can see, now we've cut sections into the floor. It's pretty rotten on the inside as well as the outside bits. So we just replace it. There's no point messing around with it. Yes, we could plate sections up on it, but the time we've unpicked it to get it off, this floor off, we might as well just put a new one. Cost-wise, it's just going to be better to do that. We noticed you got a little bit of rot on the rear floor pans. Didn't notice it before it went to acid dip. And like I say, because we're cutting the floor sections out, we're just going to put a new one in over there, so that'll take care of that. Well, as we go to the back of the car, we now look at these rear chassis legs, and we've taken the floor pans off, but as you can see from parts of them, they are a bit scabby here and there. So we will cut that out, replate it all up, make good inside, clean all this up inside as well, and we'll paint all that in there before we put the boot floor on, treat it, and it'll all look like new in there, so that's not a problem. They're not bad enough to take off and replace. Some cases you want to cut them off and put new ones on, but these are pretty good. There's only a couple of little bits here, just to, no problem at all really, just to cut that out and plate that up. The rear panel we knew was going to be new. We wasn't sure what the inner one would look like. We've taken it off, and I can show you what that looks like, because that is here. We've cut that off. We've cut it off, and as you can see, it's absolutely rotten. So that's the panel, whereas the rear panel goes over the top of that. Which we've got no, we just got to order one of them up as well now. So we'll order one of them up, and that'll take care of the rear panel, so it'll be nice and strong on the back and nice and clean as well.
So John, the owner of American Auto Finishers, gave us the overview, but it's John's man Tony who is the man charged with doing all the metalwork on the Charger, and he can also supply some insight into the next steps.
So obviously there's going to be some chassis work. We've got to zinc it all inside, get all the rust work done inside, do some rust work on the tubs. We've got outer tubs, repair the inner tubs, and then we'll get the boot floor in, get the inner rear panel in, so we can line it all up, start getting it together before we cut any quarter panels off, so we don't want it to sag or move.
Is that what you're doing with these lovely...
Yeah, just holding it up at the second, just stop it sagging down, so if anyone leaves on the back panel. Obviously it's staying there because you've got the back panel. If you was to cut the back panel, it would do this. It's quite a hard one to brace, so that's where we are, and hopefully we're just waiting, as I say, waiting on the inner rear, and then it'll be full steam ahead. It'll go quite quick then. Yeah, I don't want to cut the floors out yet, because it'd be too much stress on the car. So that's why I really could do with that, because I want to get these in, start cleaning these off, even cutting the tubs off. I might just cut that outer tub off, but I don't want to cut the quarters off because it will start moving. It's a big heavy car, and I think if you cut the floors too much, it will start sagging, and I don't want that. We don't want to go down that route, so I think that's the way to go. This way I can get the height of the chassis legs right on the back into the rear panel, clamp it up, put some screws in it, put that outer panel on, and that'll steady it up with the boot floor as well. And then you can start repairing the tubs, clamp it, screw it all up again, test fit everything. And then once that's there, then I'll cut this quarter off, put the quarter on, and then I'll do the next quarter, line that up and cut it in. And when they're all tacked and welded, and I'll weld all the boot floor, then I'll go forward, do the front floor pans, and the front cross member I'll cut off. So that way there's no movement in the body, no flexing. Just there's little bits of rust work that needs to be done. It's quite good actually. It's quite good. There's little silly bits around the back, little silly bits, niggly bits. Bits are going to have to be made up on the corners, on the ends. A couple of bits on here for the bumpers. So yeah, it just takes time. That's why I haven't cut nothing off on the back yet, because it'll just go like that. So this has come out really nice. I pulled this down, and the back panel I haven't drilled through. I've done it all from inside. So when you spot weld it, there's no holes. You can't even tell that rear panel's been taken off from inside. These pieces here, I'll make some plates up and remake these pieces on the corner. Little bits on the end of the chassis leg, we'll make all them, make them nice. Both sides. Could be a lot worse. And it's just, it's quite thick steel, so you just got to take your time, and you don't want to rip it to pieces. You just got to, you know, it's 50 years old, so you just got to take your time. Take it off nice.
Hopefully you know by now my sponsors Year One are offering up to 20% off selected parts. Just go to year1.com and enter the promo code TORQUE, TORQUE, to take advantage of this offer, because it will not last forever. Oh, and please remember to visit talkamerican.com or the Talk American YouTube page, where you will find all our other episodes. Okay, back to the restoration of my car, and unfortunately there was another issue that John informed me of in his office.
We just started cutting one of the tubs off, found a bit of a problem. One of the rear tubs you got, although the part number says what it is, the actual tub is not what it is. So
it's got the right part number?
It's got the right part number on the sticker, but it's not the right part.
Oh man, so those are parts for like...
I don't know where they came from, those parts, but they're the rear tubs. One side's okay, the left-hand side's no good, so we're going to have to get another one of them. There's the rear tub that we found that is completely the wrong one for the car. It's labelled up the right one, but it's just not the right thing for the car. So that's the trouble with being 3,000 miles away. You get stuff and you just can't send it back. So we'll make use of it on something else, I guess, or Carl want to decide to sell it on to someone.
Well, that's if we can find out what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
You haven't got, sorry, is it a left-hand side tub?
Left-hand side one.
You haven't got a left-hand?
I've got one for my Super Bee, so if you want to borrow that off me, you're more than welcome. You know, just get me another one from AMD.
Would you settle for a year one part, which is AMD?
As long as it's it comes from AMD, which it should do.
Which it should do.
Yes, it should do.
Yeah. I'm really thankful to John for letting me use his part. He's probably the only guy in the UK that would have that part on his shelf. There was plenty to do on the back end of the car while we waited for the cross member and the other bits. But without John's replacement tub, progress would have stalled because Tony was focused on that area of the car. Tony, how's it going, bud?
Okay, we're doing all right, we're getting there. Right, at the moment what we do, we've done some of the inner tub repairs, cut out all the rust, made all these in here, made this in here, done the inners, done the inner seal, got to do the outer seal yet, got to repair all this tub, cut out all the rust, getting it ready for the outer tub. So we've got to cut off, get the spot welds out, but a lot of this one, it's like they got like laser welds, so you have to grind them off. Unfortunately, around there, it's a bit of worse, it's behind that panel. So I'll have to break this through here, get this out of the way and grind them off so I can clean it up and zinc it so it's ready for welding. And the same up there in the top, I'll have to drill behind because you can't get to that panel. You get right behind, which is up inside. So we'll have to do that in a little while. But we're getting there, it's slowly coming. As you can see, I've welded in there and I've also made all that. I've cut all that out from right down here. That's all new in there and I've made all that lip all the way up, the inner lip, because all the inner was gone as well. So that's all new.
Was it all rusty as hell, was it?
Yeah, I've cut it all out, mate, yeah. Rotten. Yep.
My beautiful car.
A beautiful car.
One day it should be all right.
One day she'll look good.
Dr. Tony is seen to her. There'll be more from Dr. Tony the next time we update you on my Charger's progress, and you'll also get to meet another of John's top guys, Steve. If Tony was the doctor, perhaps Steve is that life-saving surgeon, so keep an eye out for that. Please click on the subscribe button. It's free to do so and helps us build up our audience. Also, please share this video with your friends on social media, and while you are there, please follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook to get new video alerts and extra content. And remember, check out talkamerican.com and please post a comment underneath this video and click that like button. So plenty more to come. Let's talk again soon. It's bye for now. Oh, and please give me that comment about my badge or anything else that you want to talk to me about in the comment section below this video. I'd really appreciate it. Bye for now.